Boys and girls, today I have a question for y'all. Ever heard of the 100 Years' War? Well, if you did, it's good for you. You can keep it to yourself. But if you didn't, right now is the time to learn about it. Now, a lot of people think the 100 Years' War is a war that has been going on for 100 years. But truly, that's not what it really is. So today, I have a special guest, Cole Blow, coming in and talk to us about the 100 Years' War. Welcome, Cole.
Hello!
So these people are wondering what the 100 Years' War really is. You might as well just give them an explanation or something.
Well, like you said, it didn't go on for 100 years. It went on for 116 years. From 1337 to 1453. England and Burgundy warred against France and Scotland for control of France, because the King of England thought that he had a superior claim to the Kingdom of France.
Cool, now that you told us what the war was about and why it happened, and since it's a war, people will obviously be using some weapons to fight with. So what were some of the weapons that were used in this war?
Well, there were a lot of weapons, but the most prominent were the longbow and gunpowder. The longbow was invented in England, and it was basically a reinvention of the crossbow, allowing wielders to shoot 20 times as far and 20 times as fast, and with at least twice the strength. Gunpowder was invented in China, and basically it's just a bunch of chemicals put together that when you light a spark on them, it makes stuff go fast.
Damn! Them weapons though.
I know, right?
They're pretty sick.
True. Now that you talked to us about why the war happened, what the war was about, and the weapons used in the war, we're only missing one thing. And of course, that's the result. So what were the results of the war?
Well, the most prominent result was the decrease in the margin of social strata.
Social strata. So what is social strata?
Social strata is the step ladder or the pecking order of the king, who is at the top, of course, and the higher lords just below him, the lower lords and nobles below them, and the peasants and serfs.
That was just one of the results of the war. What were some other results?
Well, next on the prominence list was the decrease and eventually ending of feudalism.
Feudalism. So what exactly is feudalism?
Feudalism, to sum it up, is the lord saying to the peasant or the serf, I will protect you from other lords in return for you giving me food and tributes and stuff. And it turned into the serfs and peasants not being able to leave their homelands without paying for everything to the lord.
Man, that's pretty harsh on the peasants.
Yeah, I know it was pretty harsh on people who weren't of noble blood.
That's really sad. Now that you talked to us about the results of the war on social strata, what happened to England and France?
Well, the countryside of both was ravaged by the Black Plague, and yeah, that was pretty nasty. But other than that, England was pretty well off. They increasingly sought power until they became a naval continent. But didn't go so well for France. The Black Plague hit them much harder than it did England, and the war had burned up their fields, and they lost a lot of knowledge to fire and destruction.
That's pretty tough on France.
Yeah, it was.
So are these all the results, or are there any other results that you want to add?
There's nothing really more that significant other than after this 100-year war, there emerged a much greater sense of patriotism and loyalty to one's country.
Thank you for coming in and sharing your insight about the 100-year war today, and I hope you have a really good day.
You too. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Well, guys, big round of applause for Cole for coming in and sharing his insight with us today. And from this, I hope you all learned something today. and have a good day, folks. Damn! Them weapons though!
You can't do it.
Ever